There are many small handhelds lately. Today, let's check out a large-screen, open-source handheld. It's the H55 Pro, an upgraded version of the H55 I've discussed before. Let's take a look at the detailed specs here. It's using the RK3562, and here, a comparison of the RK3562 and RK3566 processors. Regarding RAM, considering the current rising memory prices, it still comes equipped with 2 GB of RAM. Screen is 720p, 5.5 inches. This handheld size is quite comparable to that of the Switch Lite, which also, coincidentally, has a 5.5-inch screen. Alright, let's power it on and take a look. And the system is the EMU Elect system. The screen has a screen protector on it, so let's peel it off. Let's see, up top here we have the shoulder buttons and the trigger buttons. The triggers use micro switches, and all of these are micro switches here. Then there's the power button, and an HDMI video output. It seems to have active cooling, but it's actually passive vents. Volume up and down. Up is on the left. Now let's check out the buttons. The joystick is a Hall effect type, and it supports being pressed down. Select and start, all these buttons here, use dome switches. The D-pad uses conductive rubber. There's no middle pivot, so you can press it anywhere. This could potentially lead to issues like ghosting later on. On the bottom left are the back and home buttons. So that's the D-pad. And on the right side, the ABXY buttons are all conductive rubber. Surprisingly, the bottom right button is a restart button. Didn't see that coming. Press it, and it restarts. Let's take a look at the bottom. Here's a TF card slot. Another TF card slot. It supports OTG, charging port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and charging indicator. The speakers are at the bottom of the grips, and these are the speaker grills. The entire grip is quite thick and very well rounded. The entire body has a fine matte finish, and as you can see, this one is a translucent black. It actually comes in 4 different colors, so please let me know which one you all think looks the best. The joystick uses the switch button layout, and the buttons also adhere to the switch layout, with A positioned on the right. Okay, let's see what games this RK3562 can run. It's EMU ELEC. The games it can handle range from FC to PS1. They say the RK3562 is a bit better than the 306, but from what my AI assistant says, it seems it might actually be a bit weaker. To know for sure, let's just check out God of War to see what it's really like. Alright, we finally made it into the game. Ready. Similar to 3566. It's only running at 1x resolution, and when I play, there's definitely some noticeable audio crackling. 40 frames. Now for a quick search for pineapple. Let's take a look to see if its D-pad has any ghosting issues or problems with input conflicts. Hey, the games are preset with a bezel, and the aspect ratio is correct. Compared to other devices that put in much less effort, and I won't name any specific brands or models, it's clear they genuinely invested some thought and care into making this one. Let's check the D-pad. Down right, down left, up right. That seems okay. Crouch. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's some ghosting because there's no support in the very center of the D-pad, so you can press the entire thing down. Okay, a fighting game. Let's try some combos. Let's see if this will work out. It's alright. You gotta press a bit harder right on this corner spot. Sometimes, even with effort, that move just won't quite come out. Sometimes okay. If you look at the top right corner, it has Wi-Fi. They didn't cheap out and remove the Wi-Fi chip, which means you can play on ALAN with emulators. But no Bluetooth. Looking at this vertical display, it seems like the screen has been stretched out and widened considerably, affecting its aspect ratio and making things look distorted. It's not specifically adapted for anything in particular, but you can definitely make those adjustments yourself. The game platforms available are pretty extensive. We can see that all the Neo Geo games are here, and the PlayStation 1 library is also quite comprehensive and well covered. These are arcade games, and we also see it features the classic PGM title Knights of Valor within. It's alright, and everything runs smoothly. And the core PGM emulation for these arcade games is all working fine. Let's also take a look at its other bezel adaptation issues. For FC games, this bezel is actually quite normal, meaning the game doesn't have any preset filters. But you should still be able to enable them through the emulator's menu settings, I believe. Let's see if there are any shaders, as in actual shaders. The CRT effect is present here. Let's turn it on and take a look. Yes, it's available in the presets, but you'll need to enable it yourself. And let's also take a look at the Game Boy options as well. Currently, the filter I'm seeing is a black and white one, and it definitely doesn't have that very accurate green filter. It seems the preset filters aren't quite extensive enough. It currently appears to lack a third-party system. For instance, those Linux system online stores I've previously discussed. It likely doesn't include those either. And also, the runtime environment for ported games is probably missing from this as well. There's no battery info marked on the back, but I saw it in the product details earlier. The battery is pretty big. Alright, next, let's open it up and see what the internal build quality is like. Before I take it apart, let's see how much it weighs. 328 grams, over half a pound. My Switch Lite, which I've modified with a larger battery, weighs in at 296 grams. This device is actually even heavier than that modified Switch Lite. And just like that, the back cover is off. It's a translucent cover, nothing more. This right here is its really huge battery, with 5000 mAh written on top. And then the rest of it is just one big solid motherboard. This is the antenna. Underneath, a very thick foam pad. So what do you guys think of this internal build quality? So, what are your final thoughts on it? If there's anything else you'd like to learn, feel free to leave a comment in the section below. In conclusion, this is basically an H55 with a tiny upgrade, which is why it's called the H55 Pro.